Welcome, everyone. A big thank you for joining us in celebrating our scholars who just started their first year of college. This is a time of celebration as we're excited to introduce our newest college attendees to all of you. I am lucky to lead the SheCan staff that supports these scholars, and we feel lucky to be in community with all of you. With the complexities of the college world around us, I am particularly grateful to the staff and our college partners that did the work to ensure that all of our scholars were able to make it to the United States to attend school. I'm also grateful to the incredible teams of mentors of these scholars for their patience and engagement as we all worked hard to support their safe travel. Together, we did it. Thank you. I'm Annalisa Bauer. I'm honored to be the SheCan CEO. And every year we plan this welcome party for introductions, inspiration, and celebration of this newest class to arrive in the United States. And this year it seems particularly exciting to have these amazing young women here. We have 12 young women who just arrived in August and were taken to college by their mentors. They're from Cambodia, Guatemala, Liberia, and today you'll get to know them and a little bit about their countries and cultures. I hope everyone got an email with the program, and if not, please click on the link that will be in the chat. We're thrilled to have more than 130 people planning to attend this event from across the United States, Liberia, Cambodia, and Guatemala, and hopefully Rwanda too. Thank you so much for being here. You include our community, our board, our donors, our mentors, Power to Fly volunteers, and our staff, our scholars in school, our grads at home, and our scholars that are still in their countries. We're thrilled to have our college admission partners and parents and families from around the world. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for supporting us and our scholars. We really can't do this without you. Now I want to introduce Dine DeMarley, our Director of Community Building, for some housekeeping. She spearheads our mentor recruiting, college recruiting, and the volunteer corps. Thanks, Dine.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see all of you here from all over the globe. Before we hear from SheCan scholars, here is what you need to know. We really want to hear your feedback, and we encourage you to send your comments and congratulations in the chat. We don't have time for Q&A, but we will respond to your chat questions. Also, we'd love to know who's joining us and where you're all from. So please go into the chat right now and type in your name and tell us where you're located today. We will send all the guests, we already sent all the guests a program booklet outlining the agenda and the participants before the call, but you can also get a link in the chat room right now. This booklet is going to tell you who you'll be meeting and what we'll be doing, and it also includes country-specific recommendations from each scholar to help you explore and get to know her country better. And that's it from me. Let's get started.
Thank you, Dine. I really appreciate that, and I look forward to reading where everyone is calling in from. Thank you all for putting that into the chat. I want to tell you a little bit about SheCan. SheCan, for those of you who may not know, stands for Supporting Her Education Changes a Nation. And that's what we do. We build women's global leadership. We support low opportunity women to rise to positions where they can bring their unique female perspective to influential decision-making tables. SheCan is in its 14th year. Since its founding by Barb Belenga in 2011, we have supported 132 women from Rwanda, Cambodia, Liberia, and Guatemala who have won more than $40 million in scholarships from top United States colleges. And our graduates are doing amazing things in the world already, impacting policy, the environment, governments, nonprofits, and corporations. And this all happens thanks to our amazing community of support. We have more than 2,000 donors who we rely on to keep us going, especially right now. Our mentors, who are also donors, and each scholar is matched with a team of 5 incredible people who follow her for the course of her journey with SheCan. And that means that we have more than 600 passionate mentors across the country and the globe. We're also lucky to have incredible college partners. More than 35 colleges have provided full tuition, room and board scholarships for these young, amazing women. Volunteers are also the heart and blood of what we do here at SheCan, and we have more than 150 members of our volunteer corps. We call them the Power to Fly volunteers, who provide extra support to help our scholars take off. So thanks to all of you that are here. And now, what we're all waiting for, let's talk about our scholars. I'd love to share a little bit about our newest 12 scholars to start college, our first years. We met most of them about 2 years ago, and they've blossomed already in so many ways before even starting college. During the time since we've met them, they've done a lot of preparation, English and SAT courses and entrance exams, service projects, college applications. And after winning a scholarship, they all took college prep courses in math and writing, cross-culture classes, and worked personally on areas where they needed to thrive. Tonight, we're going to introduce them to you grouped by 3 topic areas: leadership, community and connections, and self-discovery and growth. Each group will be moderated by 2 people, most of them their older SheCan sisters and an amazing mentor, Christy Lang. We're so excited to have all of you here to help us on this introduction event. If you want to learn their names, where they're going to college, and their mentors, you can follow along in our program, and the link has been put in the chat several times. And each is going to share something about their countries with you so that you can learn more about their home and their cultures. Those recommendations are in the program, and we'll share them in the chat too. Now let's get this celebration started with the first of our groups. The first group will be leadership. SheCan is a leadership organization, so we'll start with a group of 4 of our first-year scholars who will answer questions about leadership and what it means to them. To get us started, let me introduce you to the 2 moderators who will be asking the questions. Barbara Recinos Morales, also known as Barb's, is a SheCan scholar from Guatemala and a sophomore at Syracuse. And she'll be co-moderating with one of her mentors and a friend of mine, Christy Lang, a director at Big Path Capital here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Take it away, Christy and Barb's.
Thank you, Annalisa. So, as Annalisa mentioned, I'm Christy Lang, and I am a mentor to Barb's, who's going to be my co-moderator for this first portion. It's really great to be here with all of you, and we're really excited to kick it off with 4 of our first year SheCan scholars.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Annalise. My name is Bárbara Recinos. I'm from Guatemala. I was born in Huehuetenango. And as Annalise said, I'm also a SheCan scholar. I'm a sophomore at Syracuse University. I'm really excited to introduce you to the new class.
Great. Thanks, Barb's. So why don't we start with Lissa? If you could please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Sui and I was a student from J. Brisker Academy. I am from Siem Reap, Cambodia, just about 6 hours away from the capital city, Phnom Penh. I live in a family of 5 people, including my grandmother, my mom, my 2 older siblings. And I am currently studying at Scripps College, hoping to major in molecular biology.
Great, thank you. So a first question for you is, if you could invite any leader, past or present, to dinner, who would it be and why?
Thank you for the question. If I could invite any leader for dinner, that would be Michelle Obama. I remember reading and watching her memoir, Becoming, and her life story has always stuck with me then. I can't help but feel a sense of admiration as she has accomplished so much, not only in her own rights, but also as a first lady. She started off as a child from a very humble background in Chicago to becoming a very powerful advocate for education for girls, equal rights, and healthy living. She also started the Let's Move campaign, which I believe is very helpful in reducing childhood obesity and promoting healthy eating and physical activity. Her consistency in showing her unwavering determination and resilience inspires me to do the same someday. It would be really nice to listen to her story firsthand and to gain a deeper understanding of the complexity of life and to ask her for advice on how to become a great leader and a good person in general. And who wouldn't want to have dinner with the former First Lady of the US? I think it's a very precious opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a lot of people on this call that would resonate with them too. So as you grow into leadership, what areas do you plan to lead in to make positive change in the world and why?
As I grow into leadership, I plan to lead in organizing and doing research so I can make healthcare more accessible and trustworthy for everyone. I am inspired to do so because my grandmother has had goiters for the past 50 years and she refused to seek any medical attention. When I asked her why, I was so shocked by the answer. She told me that she did not trust the doctors at all. And I also found out later that the distrust of doctors is very common here among people in Cambodia, especially in middle-aged and older generations. And I believe this is one of the major effects of the Khmer Rouge regime, which killed so many skilled doctors and left with only volunteers and nurses to fill in the place. And this is why I choose to major in molecular biology. And with the knowledge I gained and the research skills I acquired, I hope to make improvements to the healthcare system as a whole and to change people's perception to seek medical help when needed.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. So we're going to ask each of the scholars, I'm starting with you, Lissa, to tell us something about your country that you think that we should know. So what is something that you think we should know about Cambodia?
I think if there's one place that people should visit beside all the amazing, intricate temples, that would be Koh Rong Island. The white and clean beach and the beautiful sunset can easily remove all of your worries and stress that have been built up over either your work or your studies. And there are so many activities there that you can do, including like fishing with the locals, kayaking, or snorkeling. And it is a great space to spend your time with your family and enjoy the beachfront barbecue or seeing the magical bioluminescence plankton at night. I think it's the island of paradise.
I love that. Something just not in what people will typically go to when they are researching Cambodia. So thank you for that. So Barb's, I'll hand it over to you. Who are we introducing next?
Thank you. Yes, I'm really happy to introduce to the next scholar. She's from Guatemala. So Juanita, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, buenas tardes, Ishkola. My name is Juanita. I am from Guatemala. I live in Santiago Titlan, around the Majestic Lake. I come from a family of 6. I have 3 rambunctious with lovely brothers. I'm currently attending Denison University, and I'm interested in global health. I'm undecided, but I'm really interested in global health as a major.
Great, thank you so much. So we are going to ask you something very similar to what we asked Lisa. The question is, tell us a leader from the past or the present you would like to invite for dinner.
Yeah, thank you. I would love to invite Mother Teresa to dinner at my house because I think she's the best example of leadership, commitment, and love. While we are preparing dinner, I will teach her how to make tortillas and will ask her many questions like, what was the most difficult time she faced? Because after college, I will love to serve the poorest of the poor as she did. And also, uh, when I wanted to return to Guatemala and support the health and education system as the big priorities in Guatemala right now. And having this conversation with Mother Teresa will develop my leadership skills through my time in college. And there's something that she used to say is love until it hurts, which is not easy to do. And I would love to return to Guatemala with the same passion and love as Mother Teresa and hold fast to the hope of supporting my community just as she did and until it hurts.
Wow, it sounds lovely. That sounds like a very interesting dinner. Okay, so the next question for you would be, what is one leadership quality or skill that you hope to develop?
Yeah, I really hope to develop public speaking because I think it builds confidence and improves communication skills. Because during my first week of college, it was really tough because I was trying to communicate in my third language, English. And let me tell you a story. The first weekend, it was Saturday at 10 a.m. While I was cleaning my room, I was singing at the top of my lungs. And suddenly a freshman boy knocked on my door and he said, hey, do you mind just stop and continue later because we're still in quiet hours? And I just turned like a red tomato because I was so embarrassed. And I thought no one was listening to me. And at that time, I didn't yet know that American students wake up really late on weekends because I used to wake up really early. And I really want to develop this because I hope in the future that my voice will sound powerful in wherever language I'm speaking, but also with the same confidence when I'm singing in my room. And I thought no one was listening to me.
Well, you're already getting started here, so we're sure you're going to get there soon. Okay, before we let you go, is there something that you would like people here in the meeting to learn or experience about Guatemala?
Yeah, I will highly recommend pancakes made of blue corn, which is a mix of tortillas and pancakes. And I think it's not very common. I've tried it around Lake Atitlan in my hometown, Santiago. This is really amazing. It tastes really good. And if you're visiting Lake Atitlan, please come to Santiago and you have to try this pancakes made of blue corn. You don't want to miss it.
That sounds delicious. Thank you, Juanita, and I'll pass it back to Christy. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbs. So we're going to hear from our next scholar, Liz. So Liz, can you please tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Singli An, also known as Liz. I'm the eldest daughter in a family of 5. Originally, I'm from Siem Reap province, which is about 5 hours away from the capital city of Cambodia. But a year and a half before I came to the US, I moved to Phnom Penh, the capital city, and lived independently. Currently, I am I'm studying in Gettysburg College. I'm planning to major in political science.
Great, thank you. So, wanted to ask you, how do you define leadership in your own words, and what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership, in my own words, will be somebody who's not only a reflection of their ability to lead, but also their willingness to represent. And for me, being a leader, regardless of whichever scale level you're at, you really need to understand who you're actually representing and really put your selfish needs and wants to the side. And that really embraces the qualities of being comfortable in change, being okay to be vulnerable, and also to unlearn many experiences that you've grown up to listen or heard, or have been stereotyped to understand and grown to know more about.
Great. I think that's very wise, and we would agree with you. So as you mentioned, you moved to Phnom Penh on your own a little bit before you started at SheCan, and so you had to lead yourself. So how did that move affect your leadership journey?
I think when I first moved to Phnom Penh for the first time, I think I had to expose myself to taking the first step of understanding that I will be in very vulnerable spots wherever I go, because technically when I enter in to my new work environment, I was the youngest there, the youngest in experience and also the youngest in age. And that requires me to take the big step and a leap of faith of understanding that it's okay to be in that environment, and it requires you to be really comfortable in being the who you are and being comfortable in communicating and understanding that we're all meant to be different, and that being young or inexperienced does not put you in any disadvantage. I would actually give you more experiences, and you will actually have more things to learn from than you probably would be if I was to be back in my own hometown.
Great, thank you. And so finally, do you have a suggestion for us about a way that people can learn more about Cambodia?
Yes, so a fun fact about Cambodia is that we actually are one of the few countries that allows two currencies, the Khmer Real and the US dollar. If you visit Cambodia with US dollars, there's no need to exchange it since it's accepted everywhere. However, the only catch is that the dollar bills must be in perfect condition, which means no tears, no creases, and no wrinkles are allowed. However, if you find yourself having a wrinkled dollar or a dollar that's not in good condition, you can exchange it to a Khmer Real, although you might receive it at a lower exchange rate. But the fun fact is definitely that we do take dollar bills really seriously over here. So do consider taking care of your dollar bills.
That's really interesting and also very helpful. So thank you, Liz. Appreciate it. And Barb's, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thank you, Christy. Yes, I'm going to introduce the next scholar. She's Jennifer. So Jenny, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Guzman, or Jenny, and I'm from Guatemala. I live in a small town called Panajachel, near the shores of one of the most beautiful lakes in the world. I live there with my parents and my three sisters, and I'm currently studying at Bentley University in Massachusetts, majoring in economics with a minor in finance.
Great, thank you, Jenny. Okay, so the first question for you would be, as you grow into leadership, what areas do you plan to lead to make a positive change in the world, and why?
So one of the reasons why I chose my major was because I believe that my country really needs support in the economic administrative area. We have a lot of issues in my country regarding to health, environment, social issues as well. And I believe all of these issues can be managed, having a strong economic force inside the government. Plus, we also need more female and indigenous representation in the government, and I would love to change that and be part of that change.
Thank you. I'm really sure you're going to be part of that change that we really need. Okay, and the following question is, if you could swap lives with a leader for a day, who would you choose and what would you do in their shoes?
If I could swap my life for a day, it would be with the current president, Guatemalan president, Bernardo Arevalo, because I believe my president is not doing much. What we need in the government in my country right now is action and passion, which is something that the government lacks. So the first thing I will do is start getting rid of all the corruption inside the government, sending all of those politicians to jail because that's where they need to go. And from there, I will start working on and trying to expand a better government and try to help my country become the country that it can become, because we have a lot of potential. We have resources, but we do not have a great management. So that's where I will start.
Thank you. I'm really sure you are the kind of leader that our country needs. Okay, and before we let you go, is there something that you would like to recommend about Guatemala to our audience?
Yeah, something I would love to share is that Guatemala, we speak 25 different languages, and 22 of those are from Mayan origin. And today I would love to share a phrase in Cachiquel, which is in the Mayan language. And I'm gonna teach you how to say, "How are you?" And that is Uts Awach, which means "How are you?" Uts Awach.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for everybody that shared with us tonight about your leadership and what it means to you. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for being with us today, and congratulations to all of you on starting your first year at college. So we're going to sign off and we'll send it back to you, Annalisa.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christy, Barbs, and our amazing scholars. It's always so wonderful to hear your wisdom, and I look forward to all that you are doing to lead now and in the future. Our next group of scholars will be talking about the importance of community and connection in their life. We have two scholars who will be moderating their conversations, and those are Seema Williams, a Liberian scholar who is in her junior year at Gettysburg College and is studying international and global studies and sociology. She'll be co-moderating with Barbara Wankoli, also a Liberian student who is a senior at Bucknell, also studying international relations. I'm turning it over to you, Seema and Barbara.
Hi, everyone. My name is Seema M. Williams. I am a junior student at Gettysburg College, and it's so good to be with you all here today. I'm one of your moderators for tonight.
Hi everyone, I'm Barbara Wankodi, and I'm also one of the moderators. I'll be moderating with Seema for today. And we're going to ask 4 scholars questions about the community they are forming and the important connections for them as they are starting their college journey. Let's have Seema introduce the first scholar.
Thank you. Let's start with Chocolate. Chocolate, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Mandusu Chocolate Kere. I am from West Africa, Liberia. I was born in the North Division of Liberia, Lofa County, but I grew up in the capital city of Liberia, Monrovia City. I have 4 siblings, 2 sisters, and 2 brothers. And I also an auntie to a beautiful niece called Mind Boyle, who I love so much. I graduated from the St. Gabriel Catholic High School, and now I'm currently studying business administration at Babson College, which I love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chocolate, for the introduction. Since you are new on campus, can you tell us in what ways you have found yourself trying to connect with others so far, like some of the challenges you have faced?
Thank you so much. I found myself connecting with people through the Babson Christian Fellowship, where I serve on the e-board as the treasurer. Part of my job is to order food and encourage students here at Babson to attend the Breaking Bread, which is held every Thursday by the Babson Christian Fellowship. The Breaking Bread is an event that involves students to meet, eat together, and talk about their stories and diverse culture. I found myself connecting with people by sharing my stories, my culture, and my belief, and also listening to others share their stories, beliefs, and culture. What has been difficult for me so far is my accent. People find it difficult to understand me whenever I speak, but now I'm learning to speak slowly and calmly so that people can better understand me whenever I talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chocolate. And we are so glad to hear that you have formed connections with people and also trying to overcome the challenges you are facing. The next question we have for you is that who or what on campus has made you feel welcome or seen, even in the smallest way?
My friend Nia has made me sing in the simplest way. She's a Black American from Texas. She has made me sing in the simplest way by introducing me to her family, her friends, or even going with me to Boston City by showing me around the city, taking me to different restaurants and places. I found that so kind of her to be doing to me. Another person that I've made me sing here at Babson is Erica, who worked directly with international students. She invited me over one day to her office and asked me, Chocolate, are you okay? And at that moment, I was not okay. And I said to her, I'm not okay. And she said to me, it is okay to not be okay, Chocolate. You are a first-year student. I know it is overwhelming, but you got this. We believe in you, and that's why you are here. You can do it. And remember that every student here at Babson may be going through the same thing you are going through. So you can do it. We believe in you. Give yourself some grace. And at that moment, it was all that I needed to hear. And I feel so relieved by her.
Oh, that was really good to hear. And it is your first year, and like she said, it's okay to not be okay. You got this. Do you
Thank
want
you.
to tell us something about your country, something you want us to know about your country?
Yes, I want people to know about this nice dish that is called pita botobagi. I would love people to try that whenever you go to Liberia. It's one of the best Liberian dish you will ever try. It is originated from where I came from, Lofa County. It is so nice. It is Liberian best dish. It is so sweet. We eat it with our rice, and I want people to try it whenever you go to Liberia. Just ask for pita botobagi, and then you can try that. Yeah, that's what I recommend.
Okay, that's one of my favorite too. Thank you. And I'm
Thank you
adding
so
to
much.
ours. You should try it. So, who are we introducing next, Barbara?
All right. So our next caller is Hannah. Hannah, can you please introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, um, it's nice to be here today. My name is Hannah. I'm a Shikan scholar from Cambodia, and I'm currently attending Reed College in Portland, Oregon. Hoping to find an interdisciplinary between computer science and art as a major. I came from a family of five, counting my parents, my younger brother, and my sister, who just got into second grade. And I'd like to think that we're both new in navigating this vibrant academic journey, just by like a decade apart.
Wow, that's so heartwarming. Okay, Hannah, I want to know what have you been inspired by and how did it play into a skill or hobby that you love to do?
Thank you, Barbara, for your questions. So I got to meet many students here at Reed from different countries and background, and I feel absolutely inspired just to hear about their individual quirks, their passions, and their intelligence, and their overall curiosity and literally everything. But these days, I've been enjoying reading the student published newspaper. So on the back of the newspaper, there's this game called Sudoku. It's a puzzle number game. And it's definitely not an easy version either because I would spend a lot of time doing it. Some might say that it's a waste of time, but I believe that everyone needs to find like a leisure activity just as a calming way to slow down and use it as a reset during a busy day. Prior to that, participating in Reed's Darkroom Photography Club was one thing I really looked forward to before coming here. And surprisingly enough, in addition to my passion in taking photos and the constant encouragement from my mentors, I seized an opportunity to apply for a campus job and I got selected as a student photographer. I've done 2 events so far, and I view this job not only as a way to develop my artistic skill, but also as an effortlessly way to meet students and faculties all around campus. As one poster on the cafeteria wrote out, and I quote, "Don't just survive in college, thrive."
That is inspiring. I want to say I'm so inspired by you, especially when it comes to reading newspapers. I feel like we students need to actually support our newspapers. So thank you for that. All right. So the next the next question. Can you name people in your Shikan community or college community who has been supporting you?
Yes. So besides from the immense support from my mentors, one person that I wanted to give a shout out to in the Shiken community is my big sister, Meng Sriang. She's actually on the call today and she's gonna moderate the next section for the next group. But yeah, she's been a guiding light since the beginning of this year that we got matched. Even before we got matched as sister, she's compassionate, she's diligent, and she's really intelligent. And even before I flew to the US, she was always looking out for me, sending kind messages, easing my nerves, and even giving practical tips like whether I should bring brahok, like a fermented khmai dish through customs. She told me what to expect with Portland's weather, small things. It is the small things that make such a big difference. Even now, despite her busy schedules and midterms exam, she still checks in and makes me feel supported. We even plan to meet up soon with Bong So-wee, another amazing Shikan sister, and it's just to show how this community goes beyond mentorship. We may not be related by blood, but through our Khmer roots and the Shikan bond, we really are sisters.
Thank you. We love our Shikan sisters. All right. So the last question before you go, please tell us something about Cambodia that we all should know.
Yes, I'm excited for this. So if you want to try Cambodian food and you don't know where to start or find, I suggest I suggest everyone this cookbook called Saoy, Saoy. It's a Khmer royal word meaning to eat or to dine. And the cookbook is created by a female chef named Chef Na, who compiles like a collection of Khmer ancient and lost recipe that will definitely transport your taste bud to our bygone era. The illustration of the book cover and the food are absolutely gorgeous and mouth-watering. And so if anyone wishes to buy it, you can find it on Amazon or just use an excuse to visit Cambodia and buy it there instead.
I'm definitely going to add that on the list. Thanks, Hannah. Sima, who is our next scholar?
Thank you. Next we have from May. May, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Maria, but I go by Mar. I am from Guatemala, from a city called Chimaltenango that is like 2 hours from the capital city. I live with my grandma and my mother, and we run a small business right next to the National Hospital in my city. And I'm attending Occidental College in California, Los Angeles, planning to major in psychology.
Thank you so much, Matt. I'm getting it correct, right? Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you see yourself contributing to your campus community in general?
So I recently joined Comparte. That is a program where students at Oxy teach English to non-native speakers who are part of the campus staff. And many of them have arrived to the US, emigrated, and have the necessity or just want to learn the language. And I see this as a meaningful opportunity to connect and learn from one another. My first meeting in class were a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, it already reminded me of home because back in Guatemala, I used to teach in similar English programs. So this experience feels like a way to bring a little piece of home with me.
That's really good to hear. I'm doing something like that on campus as well. I think we should talk more about that. Thank you. Can you please tell us who or what on campus has made you feel seen or welcome?
Yeah, one of my international friends has made me feel truly happy and welcome. A few weeks ago, we were talking about our countries, and we were showing some pictures, and I showed her my one picture from my recent trip to Panajachel, which we know it's a really popular place in Guatemala. And when she saw it, she said that it looked like a painting from a dream. And there was something so genuine about the light in her eyes that made me feel seen and really connected and happy in that moment, even while I was very far from home.
Oh, that's really good to hear. I'm so glad you have something to bond over with your friend with. Thank you. Can you tell us something you would like to share about Guatemala?
Yeah, sure. So my favorite Guatemalan dish is called tamales. Uh, those are different from the Mexican tamales. They're a traditional meal enjoyed on Christmas Eve and every Saturday in many families, mine included. So tamales are made of corn filled with tomato sauce and meat. All of that wrapped in banana leaves. And if you're curious about how they're prepared, the staff will share a video about the whole process, and you can also find the detailed recipe there.
Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone would love to try that. I mean, food brings people together. And we go right back to Barbara.
All right, Sima, thank you. Our final scholar will be talking to Lisi. Lisi, can you please introduce yourself for us?
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Chimaiman Sanemaning. I'm from Monrovia, Liberia. I graduated from the Mother de Justice Stewart School located in Brownsville City, that is an hour 30-minute drive from the nation capital. I come from a family of 10 that include me, my parents, 4 siblings, 1 niece, nephew, and cousin. My mom is a kindergarten instructor, and my dad is a pastor. Currently, I'm studying civil engineering here at Lafayette College in Eastern City, Pennsylvania. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thanks, Lisi. What connections from your home have most informed the new connection or ideas of community that you have at the school?
Thank you so much for that question. So growing up in Liberia, I learned that community means showing up for one another, even in small or big ways. Back home, our neighbor always step in when someone is in need and up for help. And that has taught me the importance of service to each other. This has also shaped how I connect with people here. One of my classes this semester involved a discussion session. And in that discussion session, we are paired together in groups to work together and solve problems. I always try to ensure that we are all on the same page, and I offer help when somebody's in love. And I also help to build trust by doing small acts of kindness. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. So, I also want to know about who on campus made you feel welcome or seen, even in a small way.
Okay, thank you for that question. So I feel especially welcome here on campus by the International Student Association. A day before international students move in, my lead mentor drove me to campus to come and take a look at Lafayette. When I got to campus, it felt surreal and I couldn't believe that I was standing in front of Lafayette. While in that deep emotional moment, I heard a voice say, "Hello, Lisi." When I turned back, it was the international student advisor, Janice, and she was so excited to see me on campus and she gave me a big hug. And even though we have had several calls virtually before coming to the state, but I couldn't recognize her immediately, but she did recognize me, and that was so beautiful. But before arriving to the state, I needed to get some vaccination, but it was not offered in my country. So she ensured that day that I got vaccinated and I left. And the next day was International Student Move-In Day. Luckily that morning, suddenly my mentor drove me to campus. When I got to campus, I was still amazed. When I entered the student center, I was welcomed by a bunch of international students and other local students. They had placards that saying, "Welcome home, you belong here, Roll Pie." Just seeing all of these words on the placard made me feel welcome, and I knew that I was at home. And even though I knew that my mentors and the Shiken team were excited to see me on campus, but there were also students on campus who were excited to have me there. And they also check in every week after my move in. And that made me feel excited, and I know that I'm a part of a family here. Thank you.
That is so heartwarming to hear. It feels so good as an international student knowing that you're coming to a new area and they're allowing you your space and they're making you feel like you belong because you do belong. All right, so to wrap this up, what would you like to share about Liberia with the audience?
Okay, so anyone in the audience that wanting to know more about Liberia, I would recommend that you watch a documentary called Praise the Devil Back to Hell. This is an award-winning documentary that tells the story of Liberian women peace movement led by our freedom fighter Liman Bowie. This documentary highlights the courage, the strength, resilience, unity, and the role that Liberian women plays in shaping the peace that we all enjoy today in Liberia. I highly recommend that anyone here today who wants to know more about Liberia's struggles and resilience should please watch this documentary. Thank you so much.
All right, that is a great book. I also recommend it. I support that. All right, thank you, Lizzie. It was great hearing from all of the four Shiken sisters, and we welcome you into the community. And we hope you have a great year. Sima?
And I also want to wish you all great things for your first year. You got this. You will do well. We all believe in you. And now we turn back to Annalisa to please introduce the next group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Seema and Barbara, and the wonderful four scholars that we just heard from. You all are amazing, and I can't wait to see what you do next. And now we'd like to introduce our next set of scholars who will be answering questions about self-discovery and growth. Two of their Shikan sisters will be asking them questions, and I want to introduce you to the moderators first. Moikia D, a scholar from Cambodia, is currently a sophomore at Beloit College. She'll be co-moderating with Shrian Pikade, who is also from Cambodia and a junior studying electrical engineering at the University of Portland. Let's hear from them now.
Hello everyone, I'm Wikidi and it's so nice to have all of you here today.
And hello, I am Sreen, and with me are four of my Shikan sisters who will be getting to know as they talk about self-discovery and growth. I am going to start by asking Thierry to be the first one to tell us. Please tell us about yourself, Thierry.
Hi everyone, my name is Sukun Thierry or Thierry Mao, and I'm from Siem Reap, Cambodia, which is about 6 hours from our capital city, Phnom Penh. And just like Lisa, I graduated from J. Pritzker Academy, and I'm from a family of 6, which are my parents, my grandma, and my 2 younger siblings. And fun fact, my brother might start college soon, so we might graduate in the same year, which is pretty fun. And I'm currently a Rhodes College student planning to double major in international studies and educational policy.
That's perfect. Also, I know that college offers a lot of clubs and activities. If you could start any club at your school, what would it be and why?
Thank you for the question. And Honestly, I would like to start a club where we can volunteer to help teach children in Memphis about literacy and reading and help them practice their reading skills. Because contrary to expectation, the literary skills for students in Memphis is actually pretty low. And I want to be involved in this community that I'm part of, and I want to reach out and actually help these children because I know what it's like to not have the gift of education and what it's like to not have the opportunity to learn more and be able to read and see the world beyond the screen or see the world beyond what you already know. And I want to share that gift to other children within this community.
Thierry, I really hope that this club would come true. Since arriving on campus, what have you been most surprised by? Have you found any unexpected interests, hobbies, friends, or passions?
Thank you for the question. And my first impression of like America as a whole was that it's very individualistic. It's probably going to be people minding their own business, people just being by themselves and things like that. However, contrary to that, I came to Memphis bombarded by this whole sense of community, which I never expected before. And Rhodes College has placed such a strong importance on community, building community by bringing us to Memphis while also bringing Memphis to us. And this is why I'm slowly developing this sense of belonging in Memphis. And surprisingly, I'm starting to see Memphis as a home, and I wish to stay in Memphis maybe after graduation because I want to be part of this community. And I've also explored and broken boundaries by joining different clubs and doing different things that I myself 3 months ago would be shocked to see myself doing. For example, my Shikan sister Dania roped me into joining a dance club for the International Student Association, and we got second place, which is really nice. And I was able to become part of the e-board by working as the event planner for that association, while also on the other side, I'm also working as a secretary for the Food Network Recovery, which allows me to volunteer and help Memphis as a community.
Well, Thierry, you do a lot of things already. I'm just so proud of you. And also, I would love to see you and Dania dancing together. Also, please share something that you would like us to know about Cambodia.
So Cambodia is always known for its nightlife, its temples, which I believe is a very important part of our identity. However, I want to recommend people visiting Cambodia to indulge in village life by going or joining a village homestay, like for example in areas like Mondulkiri, because that's where you get hands-on experience with the traditions, the cultures, and the way of life of many of the villagers in Cambodia.
That sounds fun. I'm pretty sure northern part of Cambodia is very cool to visit, and I would recommend the same thing. Okay, thank you very much, Terry. It's very good to know from you. Now, Mikir, who are we going to hear from next?
Thank you, Srian. So, the next scholar that I would like to introduce is Vanessa. Vanessa, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Antonio. I am from Misco, Guatemala, which is about an hour away from the capital. I grew up with my brother, who's 8 years younger than me, my mom and my dad, who always worked hard and prioritized my education. And thanks to them, I am currently a first year student of mechanical engineering at Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Vanessa. It's great to get to know you and where you're from. So Vanessa, what is one skill, habit, or quality that you want to develop since you move abroad and are living on your own right now?
Thank you for the question. I think the answer is definitely cooking. Before coming here, my chicken sisters warned me that I would miss my food, and the advice that they gave me was to enjoy my food as much as I could. And that's so real. I miss it. So I remember that I thought that my go-to option at the cafeteria would be rice. But the first time I had it, I hated it so much that I promised to myself to never have it again, even though I've eaten rice. That motivated me to develop my cooking skills, and also because I know that this way I can share a bit of my culture through my food with people surrounding me.
Yeah, that's really wonderful because like cooking is such a meaningful way to stay connected and connect to everyone around you. And there's another question. Since you're arriving on campus, what have you been most surprised by? Have you found any unexpected interest, hobby, friends, or passion?
Yes, I actually think there are two main things that have surprised me. The first one are all of the nationalities represented in the Bucknell student body, and also listening to many of their languages. It was my first time like hearing them. Since I don't live in a very touristic part of Guatemala, we don't get that much foreign presence, and it's my first time exposed to this many parts of the world. And the second one is my friendship, especially with Vietnamese students. And this is unexpected to me because we live in totally different parts of the world. We don't speak the same language. We have very different cultures. But in fact, food brought us together. There was this one night where we were all tired of cat food, and they invited me over to try the Vietnamese food. It was super good, and to this day, we are still very good friends. And the third one is that I recently also joined a dance team. I didn't expect myself to become a dancer here, but it's really enjoyable.
That is such a beautiful experience. Now, it's your turn to share something about Guatemala. What would you like to tell us?
I have something in my hometown called Feria de Chicharrón. My city is known for its delicious chicharrones, which is basically crispy and savory fried pork green. So we throw a festival twice a year dedicated to it, just so people from other towns can come and try it. And it's something special that you can only find in Misco.
Thank Vanessa for the recommendation from Guatemala. Now back to you, Srian, to introduce another Chican scholar.
Thank you so much, Makia. Now it's your turn, Sierra. Please take a moment to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Siasa Freeman. I'm from a small town in Western Liberia called Ravensport. It's about 3 hours away from the capital city, Monrovia, and it's known for its beautiful Lake Piso. I'm from a family of five, which I'm the last child of. I'm also a proud first generation college student. I graduated from Hope High School, and I'm currently attending Syracuse University, where I'm majoring in public health. It's so nice to meet you guys today. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Sieta. I know that we just asked Vanessa this, but I want to ask you the same question. What skill, habit, or quality do you want to improve now that you are living on your own?
Um, Now that I'm living on my own, firstly, moving abroad, and living by myself, on a dorm was a whole new experience for me and one of the biggest transitions I've had to experience. And few habits that I've been working on of recently, one is resilience. Showing up every day, even when things are tough. For example, waking up for class, 8 a.m., no matter how tired I was or how late I stayed up studying, I was able to push through. Another skill that I've been learning recently is time management, balancing my schoolwork with my social life and self-care as well. I have been practicing more compassion, learning to be more compassionate towards myself and others around me. And of recently, one moment that really stood out to me was a conversation I had with one of my friends on campus, Christine, where she shared similar experience that I'm having with challenging challenges with adjusting on campus. And she said, I'm also having similar, when I share my experience with her, she did mention that she's also like having similar experiences. And she did said, it's okay if we don't have it all figured out right now, we will figure it out eventually. And that really like stood out to me and made me think for a moment. I'm like, yeah, I'm not alone. I'm not the only person like having this experience of like adjusting to a new environment and like trying to figure things out and learn new habits. And yeah.
Oh, lovely to hear that, Sieta. I know that the word being able to like just push through is one of the main keyword that we all should keep in mind and just, keep pushing through. And I want to know what is different now compared to when you first set foot on campus a couple months ago. What is different?
Well, when I first arrived on campus, everything felt new and it was a bit overwhelming. I didn't know anyone, but with the love and support that I got from my amazing mentors that I have and my friends that I've built meaningful friendship with on campus here, it made it easy for me to adjust. For example, on my birthday, my very first birthday that I had recently, on September 6th, away from my family, I had my friends surprise me with a dinner and took me out, and also took pictures of me. That really made me feel home. It made me feel like I had a second family away from home, and in the absence of them, I feel supported and seen by my mentors and my friends that I've met on campus. So one thing that I've learned through all that is that you're not alone, even when it feels like it. It's okay to reach out for help and support when you can, and also like support others. It's also okay to give yourself time to figure things out, and whether it's about joining campus clubs or attending events or just saying hi to someone new is really important. It makes a lot of difference. And these are things that have really changed my life, from attending events, joining clubs, making new friends, and having my amazing mentors support me through every step of the way have been one of the best changes I've experienced. Yeah, thank you.
I'm so glad you feel like home on your birthday, and also happy belated birthday.
Thank
Now
you.
yeah, of course. Now I would love to know about Liberia. So tell us something that you think that everyone should know about your country.
If you're visiting Liberia, one dish I would recommend is cassava leaf, which is also a traditional dish that originated from the Fire tribe. Fun fact, I am from the Fire tribe, so that's definitely something I'm recommending. Um, it's a really interesting dish, not only because it's cassava leaf and it originated from the Fire tribe, but also because from cassava leaf, the stem is being planted, and from it you are able to like get the roots, which is made of cassava, and and you are also able to plant, make that into fufu, and like just eat it with different dish. It's an amazing dish. It has a roots with it's rooted with different, like 3 to 4 different dishes. But yeah, I'll say try cassava leaf. It's really amazing.
Oh, I've heard about fufu, and I this is my first time hearing about cassava leaves, so I would
Oh,
love
that is
to try one
amazing.
day. Well, I'm gonna send you
Yeah.
my home address, and you might want to send me some of cassava leaves or
Oh,
fufu to try that. Well, thank you so
yeah.
much, Sierra. It was great to hear from you. Now, Mickey, it is back
Thank
to you
you.
for the final scholar.
Thank you, Syrian. Now I would like to introduce Sonita, who's also from Cambodia, and she's also attending Beloit College with me. Sonita, please say hello and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Sunita Krung. I'm 18 years old. I was born and raised in Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia. I have 3 younger siblings. My father is from Kampot, which is one of the province, and my mom was also born and raised in Phnom Penh. And both of my parents' highest education level was grade 9. So I'm very proud to be the first one in college. And for my high school, I attended ISPP, and I am currently enrolled in Beloit College in Wisconsin, where I'm majoring in business administration and management.
Thanks, Sonita. Now that you're at Beloit College, what part of yourself you are most excited to connect with as you begin this new chapter?
Thank you for the questions. A part of myself that I am very excited to connect with is my adventure side. I've always been a very curious and straightforward girl, so sometimes it can be very unhinged, but I think that's what make my personality unique. And to me, college is all about exploring and taking risk, and then again make mistakes. So back in Cambodia, I've always wanted to be a barista, making coffee and matcha, and then get to welcome people when they walk through the cafe. And at the time, it's just a passing thought because you need experience to do something like that. But here I am, working as a barista in my school. To some people, it might seem very simple, but again, for me, being able to connect with people, practice my patience, and trust that things will unfold in their own time kind of keep me both grounded and optimistic. And I'm also excited to gain a more independence side of myself and to see how I can handle challenge on my own. Currently, I am testing my disciplines by setting goals to, go to the gym to take care of my physical health and my mental health. I've been learning to appreciate my journey more and view stress as a way that I'm growing and taking responsibility.
I love that, Sonita. Staying curious and open to new experience is such a great way to grow during college. Now could you tell us a little bit about your mentor and how they have guided you and helped you grow since you moved here?
So before coming here, I felt very stressed because adapting to new environments felt like a huge leap comparing to anything I've ever experienced before. Meeting new people was especially daunting since you can never know, their intentions or, yeah. But I can confidently say that she can have matched me with one of the best and most incredible mentor I've ever hoped for. When I arrived here, my mentor, Annalisa, um, she hold a big sign and flowers, and her warm smile kind of remind me of my mom when she first came to my basketball game. And I've told most of my mentor that I love pillows. So imagine in my surprise walking into Annalisa's house with 6 pillows on the bed, and at Roberta's there were 8 of them, and she bought me a pumpkin pillow as well. I was kind of speechless and overwhelmed with gratitude, so I didn't really know how to say thank you. And yeah, that have to be learned. And I also forgot my capybara that my mom got for me for my birthday, but Roberta came into the airport with one. Here she is. And we had a great dinner with her friends who were very curious about my journey, and she raised fund for me to just to get by for college the first few months. And then again, their kindness and support kind of helped me open up and trust other more and face new chapter with more confidence.
That is so sweet and kind of them, and it's so great to hear how they have supported you. So before we go, we would what is something about Cambodia that you would like to tell us?
Mm, if you're planning to visit, April is hand down the best time to do so. It might be a bit hot, but it is when Khmer New Year take place, or Songkran, as we say. The street are filled with traditional games, dancing, and water fight, the funnest thing to do. And then in Angkor Wat, the cloud and stuff is golden. It's very beautiful.
Thank you, Sonita. Wow, it's wonderful to get to know you a little bit better and all of the scholar here today. Back to you, Srian.
Thank you, Mickey. Good to hear from you, Sunita. Well, we all the moderator for tonight. We remember when we were doing the first year welcome during our first year, and it's a joy to get to ask you the same questions, hear from all of you, and celebrate your arrival together. We are going to say goodbye and ask Annalisa to come back on and wrap up the program.
Thank you so much, Shrien and Moikia, and all the amazing scholars and leaders that you have seen this evening. And thank you especially also to our incredible college partners. Many of you, it's lovely to see your names in our chat. We are so very honored to get to work with you. And of course, thank you to my amazing SheCan staff. I'm lucky to work amongst you all. Now, I wanted to just let you know if you're inspired by all of these amazing young women, and how could you not be? I would love to have you become more involved with SheCan in a way that is meaningful for you. And here are a few things you could consider. Of course, we operate as a nonprofit based on donations, and you can donate to SheCan in a variety of ways. And you can start on our website or contact our advancement department at advancement@shecan.global. You could consider becoming a mentor. You heard from several of our mentors, and you can see the amazing relationships that we all as mentors get to have with these scholars. I highly encourage you to take that step. That's how I started at SheCan. You can consider helping out with short-term volunteer opportunities with our SheCan Power to Fly Volunteer Corps. It's a wonderful way to get to see and work with our amazing scholars. And if you're interested or just want to know more, please complete the form that will be going into the chat and or feel free to reach out to me personally. I always love hearing from our amazing community. We're so very lucky to get to work with you all. Now I'd love to invite all of our scholars to turn their cameras on. And before we leave, I would love to take a second to talk to you all and learn a little bit more. For the audience, please feel free to keep sending good wishes in the chat. I'm going to start with my mentee, Sunita. How do you say goodbye in your native language, Khmer?
So we say Chumriep Suo with both of our palms together like this, and yeah. Chumriep Lia. Oh my goodness.
Jumlicia. Nice to see. Thank you, Sunita. I love that. Now, Mar, how about you? Will you say goodbye? How would you say goodbye at home?
So in Spanish, we will say adios or nos vemos.
Adios. Thank you so much. And finally, Chocolate, please say goodbye in your native language, which we all know is English, but I think you have a unique way of doing that. Chocolate.
Yeah. So in English, we say bye-bye. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we are all so proud to be doing this work with you, scholars, and with this community. Thank you, scholars. We love hearing from you today. Jumriblia, bye-bye, and adios. Thanks for being here tonight. We really appreciate you all, and have a great evening, morning, wherever you are. I hope your day is wonderful. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.